Hello everybody and welcome back to my series. I'm in Camp Verde, Arizona, getting ready to pick up a tractor that is going to be going down to San Simon. It's a short run, about 320 miles. Let me go ahead and get backed up here and get into position, load it up. There that skip loading skip backing in message comes up again. Does that every time. Tell them. Getting her in there. There we go. Brake, shut the engine off. Go through the loading screen. We're hauling a tractor. The tractor weighs 29,000 pounds. Alright, let's get her underway here. Get her fired up, into gear, good air pressure, release the brake. I hope you've been enjoying my series on the ATS Trucking. Gives me something to do. If I entertain you, well, that's just that much the greater. I'm having just way too much fun playing this game. As I've said before in my videos, I was a truck driver for a good many years. Circumstances dictated that I had to give that up. Not much I can do about it now. I started driving back when I was about 25 years old. But that's been a few decades ago. I do have a brother who still currently drives a truck. He runs on a kind of a short haul situation where he's based out of the Chicago area and runs generally 500 to 700 mile runs. On the highway right up here.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
That's the first time I've seen a AI vehicle yield to oncoming traffic on the highway. Usually they don't want to yield at all unless it's another AI vehicle. And once again, I'm not going to get no major hurry. As I've said before, I try to run this in a semi-realistic manner, trying to keep it within the speed limit and everything. I do, however, keep the fatigue simulation turned off because I do not want an electronic gizmo telling me when I'm tired. Usually comes at the worst time. You can't find a place where the game allows you to take a rest. It's kind of silly since the trucks in the game have the sleeper option. You should be able to pull up and sleep in about any parking lot there is. As long as they keep it the way it is, I probably will keep the fatigue simulation turned off. I mentioned a while ago that my brother still drives. Had an interesting incident happen the other day. He was driving through a major metropolitan city right at the tail end of rush hour traffic, running well within the legal speed limit. He was loaded. Traffic was kind of heavy, and a pickup ahead of him was dragging I think he said it was about a 21-foot flatbed utility trailer. Had the big ramps made on the back of it and everything. And he said all at once something went awry. That trailer started whipping around, ripped the hitch loose from the pickup that was pulling it. The front end bit into the ground, snapped the safety chains, and it went sliding across in front of him. And he collected it with his new Peterbilt. Tore the truck up pretty good, but he had dash cam footage that the local patrol reviewed and took a copy of, and they cleared him of any wrongdoing, said there was absolutely nothing he could have done as quick as that happened, and the fact that he managed to get it shut down about 20 mile an hour from what he had been running before the point of impact was actually pretty good. Oh, I gotta get off here.
Keep left.
That's what I get for yakking and driving. Almost missed my turn there. You know, he's out the use of the truck for a while, but the insurance company for the pickup driver, they had good enough coverage that it should cover all the damage. Just goes to show that no matter what the situation, you can be minding your P's and Q's, running well within the legal limit, be doing absolutely nothing wrong, and everything can go haywire in the blink of an eye. Just had a loud rumble of thunder here. I don't know if my mic picked it up or not, but kind of startled me there. I wasn't expecting it. I thought all the rain was over with for a little while, but apparently not. But it is what it is. And like I say,
Go straight.
things can happen so quick. I don't understand why some people get in such a hurry and want to run 10, 15, 20 mile an hour over the speed limit, especially in a crowded metropolitan area. But it happens all the time. You drive in just about any of the major metropolitan cities these days, and you can be running 5 or 10 mile an hour over the speed limit and still get passed by vehicles left and right. They're flying by you at the point that it almost makes you look like you're sitting still. I just don't quite understand some people's line of thinking. Like I say, that's just one more reason why I try to play this game semi-realistically, because the AI do funny things every now and again when you least expect them. Gotta kind of keep your eyes peeled when you're driving in real life as well as in the game, because it can all change in the blink of an eye. I've been pretty lucky through my many years of having a driver's license in that I've never had any kind of a major accident. I did have one incident that it was ruled as a non-preventable accident back when I first started driving a truck. I had another driver that got a little impatient at a red light, and he decided he was going to hop the curb and pass me on the left-hand side, driving on the grass. Well, he made the pass all right, but he scraped his mirror up the entire side of the trailer, and then got into the side of the sleeper just slightly. Put a scratch down the entire length of the brand new trailer that I was pulling. Put a scratch in the side of the truck. And then as soon as the light turned green, he just took off. Fortunately, I did get the truck number and company name off of it, and that was back in the days when it was rare, but there was a few outfits that had satellite tracking on their trucks. They just happened to be one that did have it. And between my statement and a witness statement and the satellite data proving that he was where I said he was when I said he was there, it cleared me of any fault in the accident. Like I say, in the trucking industry, they rule accidents as preventable and non-preventable, and that one they actually ruled as non-preventable. More than 95% of accidents tend to be ruled as a preventable because there was something that the driver could have done that could have changed the outcome. Simply being too far ahead of schedule or too far behind schedule or out of route for the shortest route is something that they say can make an accident become a non-preventable or preventable, because if you hadn't been there, it wouldn't have happened. People always assume that when there's an accident involving a semi-truck, they jump to the conclusion that it was something that the truck driver did that caused it. In reality, more than 90% of the time, it was caused by an outside influence, typically from a erratic action of a four-wheeler that caused the accident to occur. Granted, there are some accidents that occur with a semi that the semi driver is entirely 100% at fault. That kind of thing is always going to happen. There's bad drivers in every line of work. Didn't have my lights on. Didn't realize that I usually have my lights on all the time. That was on me. How close are we getting here? Another 111 miles. That's not bad. Getting to be night.
Go straight.
Like I was saying, people assume that a trucker is always at fault, and it's typically not the case. There are some drivers that drive for years, never have an accident. Case in point was my brother. He had 1.7 million miles accident free up until this little incident last week. And I'm not sure exactly how that's going to affect that rating. I mean, it was unavoidable. Nothing he could have done, but it takes a good many years to build up that many miles. Typical over-the-road driver generally averages about 100,000 miles a year. So for 1,000,000 miles, you're talking 10 years on average without what they call a chargeable accident. I'm sure there's a lot of drivers out on the road these days that have got that kind of record where they got more than 1,000,000 miles without an accident. I never got an official 1,000,000-mile accident-free award because I never stuck with one company quite long enough. I was still kind of young and not the wisest in the world. And I'd see what looked like a better offer to me come along and I'd take it. Like I say, I may not have any kind of an award for it, but I've probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000,000 miles or more accident-free while driving a truck. Drove not only long-haul cross-country, but locally for a few years as well. The main takeaway from all of this is be careful out there while you're driving. You never know what the other person is going to do. You can plan for some things, but there are other things that you just simply have no clue is going to happen until it just happens. Just about there. Cool. Wouldn't leave that map up there so I can see it a little bit better than that GPS on the dash. And there was a cop. Good thing we're not pushing the limit any at all. Looks like we're getting off up here.
Keep right, then exit right. Exit right.
Oh, I guess I'd never been to this little town before.
Get ready to turn right.
It's kind of strange since I'm playing on a profile that I've had for over 2 years now. receiver.
We're here. Right on time.
Yeah. Alright. That's where we need it at. We should be able to just pull almost straight out there and back it right straight into position. It's 4 ways on. Let everybody know in the area that I'm going to be backing up here in just a minute. No, I ain't skipping the parking. It comes up all the darn time. I wish there was a way to disable it. If there is, I haven't seen it. And just like that, we're here. We're done. 322 miles, just shy of 50 gallons of fuel. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe, leave me a comment down in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.